Welcome back. Softbank is very close to finalizing a massive investment in OpenAI, some $40 billion of equity that will be going from Softbank over the next 12 to 24 months. So it's not all as in one check to OpenAI. Pre-money valuation, $260 billion for OpenAI. Post taking in the money, $300 billion is what this latest round of fundraising will mean for OpenAI's valuation. Of course, OpenAI, the parent company of ChatGPT. It is still in process that could take quite some time. It's got a level of complexity to it, fairly high one, of moving from a not-for-profit to a for-profit. And obviously, it's also involved in litigation with the likes of Elon Musk about some of that as well. That is not deterring Masa-san, the man who runs SoftBank, from making this a very important investment for his firm, in the belief, obviously, that there was a great deal of profitability yet to come for this company, and doing so at that $260 billion valuation he's willing to come in for. I'm told the expectation is when all is said and done and when you finally get a cap table on this thing at some point down the road, they're going to own as much as 15%, that being SoftBank, of OpenAI. That would put them at a higher equity ownership, I believe, than Microsoft, of course, which has been its partner. But as we've reported and others have as well, that partnership, while still in place, is not exclusive, certainly. Microsoft and OpenAI making that clear with the latest effort called Stargate in terms of building data centers all over the country and spending as much as $500 billion over a number of years to do so in partnership with SoftBank and Oracle, and as well some foreign investors, MGX being a key one there also. SoftBank can syndicate, I'm told, as much as $10 billion of the ultimate $40 billion in commitments it has made, so could bring its overall number down to $30 billion. It would obviously need OpenAI to approve, whoever those investors were. And we're going to go back to sort of some of the questions here. So where's all the money going to come from for SoftBank? The commitment to Stargate and the commitment here, well, it adds up to a very large number. They do have $140 billion in liquid securities, obviously a significant position, 90% of ownership of ARM. Significant ownership is still of T-Mobile, though not anywhere near that percentage number. And a balance sheet, I'm told, as well, that does have some leverage capacity. So we'll have to wait and see for more details on that, guys. But not deterred at all by DeepSeek and sort of this thesis that says, well, there's going to be more competition and many of these large language models are being commoditized. Obviously, Masa does not see it that way.
No, I mean, he's been all in. From his now two appearances with President Trump.
Right.
First at Mar-a-Lago when he announced, $100 billion investment. And this will be part of it. Right? $40 billion.
I think you can count that towards it. Yes, I think you do.
Last time around, a lot of his commitments were expressed in the form of investment.
Correct. And that's what we'd expect here as well. It's not like it's just de novo here. This is new money. This is for existing commitments and things of that nature.
And also, alongside Sam Altman when it comes to the Stargate investment. So
yes.
so he's bullish. And, as we shared that letter, that he sent, for the Vision Fund, like he is all in. And when he goes all in and very bullish, it comes out in a big way.
No doubt, no doubt. He has been bullish, to be fair, on the power of AI far longer than many. Again, I reference the conversations. The last one we had on camera many years ago where, Carl, he was talking about the promise of AI for society. He did make an enormous investment in NVIDIA, but ultimately did not stay in there long enough to reap the real benefits. The stock went up, but nothing like it did once, of course, the power of the GPU for the data center and powering all this became
we're going to
clear.
see how resolute he is, and huge implications for states like Texas.
True.
And who will be watching to make sure there's not a repeat of commitments that weren't followed through on, like Foxconn at Wisconsin.
Yeah. I think there it's more likely, again, power becomes the key issue. We've talked about it so often when it comes to data centers. You don't build one unless you know you have the access to the power you're needing to actually be able to conduct the business inside there, which is essentially compute power.
Yeah, the last note he sent out his investors, I just pulled up the quote. He was talking about the movement toward artificial superintelligence, not just artificial intelligence. In 10 years, he says, we'll have that 10,000 times more powerful than today's models. And he's more bullish than ever.
Yeah, we never really mentioned Google this week, saying quantum's 5 years away, not 15 to 30, like Jensen said. Just one of the many things that got lost in this flurry.
I know. It is. That will be enormous. And by the way, subject for another day, perhaps. But China is very, very advanced in quantum as well. It's not as though, again, back to DeepSeek, it's not as though we're alone in this race.
Right. Meantime.